Boys, welcome to another video. I'm going to give you the information quickly, then I'll go in a little bit in depth to why things are changing. So right now, on the patch, mage items are the best in the game. Tanks are second, and then bruiser items are kind of bad, same par as ADCs. So, Urgot can't build AP, contrary to what Clash Damien will be saying in the comments. And since we can't build AP, we go tank, right? HP stats don't really work on this patch because everybody's building glass cannon and wants to one-shot you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building tank. As you can see on screen right now, I've given you both tier lists. The tier list 1, tier list 2. The tier list on the left is the old version. Tier list on the right is the updated version. As you can see, there's pretty distinct changes. Riot haven't fixed Hullbreaker, so Hullbreaker went down to B tier. There's no real reason to build Hullbreaker until they fix the W. When they fix the W, and I say when as I'm coping, Hullbreaker will go to Z tier. Youmuu's I moved up to Z tier. Youmuu's is a very strong item. Stridebreaker got buffs, so Stridebreaker is in the high S tier. Guardian Angel, Kainic Recurn, Deadman's Jack Show, I've moved them up. Jack Show is a really good contender for Z tier. I think Jack Show you should be building in all of your lobbies right now. I need to see how it pans out, but I highly recommend Jack Show. So, yeah, there's a couple more changes. Again, you can just look at it. And here I'm going to show you the new improved version only. So this is the new improved version. As you can see, Frozen Heart I moved up into the A tier because Frozen Heart is very cheap, very strong. Highly recommend. Again, HP doesn't work on its own, but HP and armor does. So it should be considered a situational item depending on what you want. So let's talk build paths. If you're against a team and Tank Urgot is good, Tank Urgot is good in every single lobby, but like if you haven't identified it as a lethality lobby, you're gonna go Black Cleaver into Jack Show into Sterex, and then you build whatever resistances you need. If you need armor, you go Deadman's and Guardian Angel or Frozen Heart and Thorn Mail, etc., etc. If you need magic resist, you go Spirit Visage, Force of Nature, Kainic Recurn, and these items, right? Kainic Recurn is better the later you build it. Frozen Heart is better the earlier you build it because it's cheaper. So keep these in mind when you're itemizing. Tank items are ultimately the best in this patch because bruiser items are just bad. If you like lethality, you like going into a side lane, you like playing to kill, PCA Ignite, this is the build for you. You go Youmuu's into Opportunity, into Edge of Night, and then after Edge of Night, you determine if you want to group more or want to split side more. If you want to group more, go Black Cleaver. If you want to keep splitting, go Grudge. It's very risky. The map is a lot more accessible, so the lethality playstyle is a little bit weaker. But it's still good, it's still viable. Maybe Grudge is overkilling it, maybe there's like some better build paths. I'm still experimenting. So yeah, if you like lethality, lethality's good. I'm also going to keep my eyes on Hubris. Hubris got really big buffs. I'm not sure how big they are though. And I'm also keeping my eye on Profane Hydra. Profane Hydra is not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still not good on Urgots. But maybe in a full lethality setting, Hubris and Profane Hydra can go into the B tier. They're not bad items, and Hubris definitely is not a bad item. Hubris is actually meta right now. So I need to do some testing with Hubris, and as soon as I know, you'll know. For the third build path, for the Jack of all trades Urgot, you want to be going Black Cleaver into Sterex, into Stridebreaker, into Jack Show, and then Deadman's. This build is more armor leans, but you can obviously swap out Deadman's for magic resistances, but this build does everything. It goes to side lane, it goes to grouping up, it goes to objectives, it does everything. It wins 1v1s, it wins on side lanes, it wins on group, it just does everything, but doing everything right now isn't stronger than just defining your purpose to one single thing. So, Urgot plays to 3 extremes. 1, you play tank. 2, you play to kill. 3, you play to do everything, right? Doing everything obviously makes doing one individual thing weaker. So if that one individual thing in the lobby that would have won it was grouping, then you're weaker in grouping, right? So then you made a mistake because you went for the Jack of all trades build while the correct play was going for tank, right? Jack of all trades build, I wouldn't recommend it over the tank build. I think tank stats, HP, and resist are just king on this patch. Yeah, that's all I have to say pretty much. Again, both images at the start of the video. Just compare the tier list, see how the patch changed. Oh, before I go, Titanic Hydra. Titanic Hydra, very bad now. Titanic Hydra, even before it got nerfed, was still feeling a little bit mediocre due to the high wind-up auto attack on Urgot. It made it like very awkward to use, and it was just too expensive, right? So yeah, I think Titanic Hydra, just give it a pass. Titanic Hydra went from like S tier to B tier to S tier to B tier to S tier to B tier in the span of one patch. So yeah, I think all Urgot mains have come to the conclusion that Titanic Hydra still isn't good, even with the auto reset. you can build it. It's just, you know, there's better items. Same situation as last season. And if you don't want to hear it from just me, I'm going to give you 2 Challenger POVs. First will be Kamon, second will be Quante. Their socials will be linked in the description, and obviously they'll be timestamped. But yeah, Kamon's Challenger EUS Urgot, NA Challenger is Quante. Enjoy the video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello guys, Kamon here. So in my opinion, last season's best item for Urgot was clearly the Black Cleaver, right? You would even build it when you were going lethality. So in my opinion, this season, Black Cleaver got a bit nerfed. I know that Urpog and Quante, they don't think like this, but I do feel quite weak if I only have the Cleaver. So in my opinion, we don't have that one Z tier item anymore. However, we do now have 5 S tier items. In my opinion, these are Humus, then Cleaver, Starax, Opportunity, and Challenger Urgot. This is the MR item, very important for the later stages of the game. So what is the usual build path, right? Most of the time I go Humus into Cleaver, and if you play against tanks, you go Cleaver into Humus. And that build worked the best for me. Titanic is completely out of the picture. I didn't really like it before the hotfix nerf. Now they nerfed it, so I don't really care about it anymore. After those 2 items, which you always go, I would say you should go Starax as third, almost always, except if the enemy has a lot of AP champions. Then you go Challenger Urgot, because the item is just broken. But if you have Starax already and then you already have your tabbies, you don't really need any more armor, right? Because you don't want armor in late game. You should go for the 4th item should always be Challenger Urgot. Even if the enemy team only has 1 AP champion, this item is just so obnoxiously broken. In team fights, you can tank like crazy amount of damage and you're very strong.
Hey, it's Quante. I'm a North American Challenger Urgot main, and this is the build that I'm currently running for this patch. It's Black Cleaver into Jack Shows, into Starax or situational tank items, depending on what you need. In my opinion, the best tank items right now are Force of Nature, Dead Man's Plate, Randuin's, and Frozen Heart. You can also go Thornmail if you need anti-heal, but primarily right now you'll be wanting to go Black Cleaver into Jack Show. You can't really afford to go Black Cleaver to Starax like you did last patch, as you're just too squishy right now. Resistances are really the name of the game. You really need HP and resist in order to be survive as Urgot this season. I like to pair this with Fleet Footwork and Conditioning Overgrowth for some extra bonus resist. Conditioning synergizes really well with the bonus resist that get amplified from Jack Show, and you just get a lot of free tank stats. That's my build rundown for Season 14. Good luck out there.